Okay, thanks for the update, sweetie.
PBS presents this program in color.
Hold it. I think you're going to like this picture.
Ready? Go.
Here's Mike Murphy. He's the man of the band, nothing more. Here's Mike Murphy. It's the show with the most on the score. Well, he's never been in a press box. I talked with the shock through the locker room door. Yes, it is.
Just fans talking to fans.
Talking to fans on the score. And that Murphy's on.
Wah, 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 wah.
Murphy's on.
Wah, 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 wah.
Murphy's on.
Welcome, everybody. Murph with you. Hope you're having a fun, feckless Friday from now until 2 o'clock. I got about 5 hours shoving the 2-hour show. Glad you are along. All right, little sample of what we're going to have today. 1 hour away from Tool of the Week. Start getting your sports tools in mind. I'll need your nomination around 1 o'clock for my friends over at Rental Max and RentalMax.com Tool of the Week. At 1:30 after Tool, it'll be Joe Colley, White Sox beat reporter, friend of the score with the Chicago Sun-Times up in Toronto with the White Sox. We'll hear in about 45 minutes or so from Wrigley Field, David Schuster in the press box. I've never been in a press box. David's there. He'll paint a picture for us as to what's happening with the Chicago Cubs today. Houston in town. And do I see him in the hallway? A special edition. Now, Blackhawks fans, I will need you in about 30 minutes. Swami Murph in the hallway. It'll be Blackhawks predictions only. So, Blackhawks fans, you've been waiting a long time. Here they come. The Red Wings, will they be dead wings? I predict the Red Wings are dead wings. I'll need, along with Swami Murph, your Blackhawks predictions in about 30 minutes. So let's see here. We got Sox talk. We got Cubs talk. We've got Tool of the Week. We have I predict, say it like you mean it, to cover some Blackhawk talk. But right now, I want to spend a couple minutes. And if you'd like to gather around the radio, if you'd like to phone in a few moments. Oh, we do have 2 Sox tickets, right, between now and 2 o'clock. Phone our famous contest line phone number. Why don't you give that number one time, Jay Zawaska? Then we'll reward the fans who are right here listening, right?
That's right.
I'm sorry, what's that famous contest line?
In this order.
Yes.
312.
Oh, is it? Are we downtown?
Yes.
Okay.
591.
591. Let me write that down. Wait, my pen just ran out of ink. Okay, 591.
6700.
And that's the last time we're giving that number.
Correct.
First caller to that number. The next time after this time you hear Hawk Harrelson say, Dadgummit. Next time you hear Hawk say that, be the first caller. I got a pair of Sox tickets for Saturday, May 23rd, courtesy of the White Sox and the score. That would be the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. I need right now to mention a few things about a guy by the name of Milton Bradley. Let's investigate this right now. Now, Judge Murphy is on vacation. Judge Murphy is on furlough.
Silliest thing I've ever heard in my life. It really is silly.
All right. Let's get inside a few things that I believe have been either missed or ignored or both here in Chicago regarding fiddle number 21. Not Sammy Sosa. Milton Bradley. Not Jason Markey. Milton Bradley. All right, now, if you wish to phone or not, that's not the point right here. I have a few things to lay out here for the investigation. Number one, Milton Bradley. I wasn't the happiest guy when he said he was going to appeal this 2-game suspension from MLB. But on the other hand, I did not rip it or criticize it negatively. I didn't criticize it positively either. My thoughts were, and I believe I'd said once, hey, Milton, if that's what makes him feel good, I don't care if he has to appeal it. But now, some new information came out, and it's buried in the papers today. And shame on the editor of the sports editor of the Sun-Times. Shame on the sports editor of the Chicago Tribune. I don't even know who their names are. And maybe Tool of the Week, we can get some of these names ready by 1 o'clock, Jay Zawaski, for my friends at RentalMax.com. Shame on all these Daily Hill sports editors. Why? Here's buried, for instance, in the Tribune today. I'm going to read you one sentence. Now, I don't care if you're open-minded or closed-minded on the Milton Bradley situation. Evidently, the newspapers are closed-minded, which is fine. They own the ink. They own the paper. As long as they still have ink and paper they can purchase. Now, from Paul Sullivan in the Tribune today, Milton Bradley will serve his suspension today, Friday. Fine. Jim Hendry was livid. Fine. Over the decision by MLB. Hendry's saying, now listen to this. This has never been brought out before. Hendry was livid over the decision by MLB saying that there was, quote, no intentional contact, as was stated by the umpire, Larry Vanover. Now, that might be a little too much for everyone to process. So let me break it down for you. Jim Hendry quoted in the Tribune saying that Larry Vanover, the umpire, when he submitted his report to MLB of remember the helmet of Milton Bradley kissed the bill of the cap of umpire Larry Vanover. We find out today that Larry Vanover's report to MLB was that there was intentional contact made by Milton Bradley. Now, let me ask you, I don't care if you're a Sox fan, Cubs fan, if you hate Milton Bradley or you love him, or you're neutral. You saw the play a million times. Do you believe that Milton Bradley intentionally made contact with Larry Vanover, the umpire? I'm telling you right now, the answer is no. At least in my opinion. Now, for the first time, we find out that I'm going to call him Liar Vanover instead of Larry Vanover from now on, the umpire. We find out now that Liar Vanover submitted the report to Bob Watson and Pud Selig saying that he intentionally made contact with me. Well, that's a whole lot different, isn't it, than incidental contact or accidental contact. Hey, well, if you make contact, you get suspended. Don't get me wrong. You touch an umpire, you're suspended. But for the umpire to say it was intentional is a flat-out, well, I can say a lie, or he misjudged the situation if I want to be politically correct. Liar Vanover. Now, let me ask you this. Milton Bradley was given 2 games, right? No, Murph. It was reduced to 1 game. Let me bring another point to the fans' court here, if you will. Do you know what time yesterday? Did you read about this? It was in the papers. Guess what time MLB, that'd be Alan Bud Selig and Bob Watson and all their other executives up in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, hello. Guess what time they informed the Cubs that Milton Bradley's suspension had been lowered from 2 games to 1? Yesterday, around the 5th inning. Now think about this. Who was not in the lineup? Who had the day off yesterday? Milton Bradley. Now, this could be, oh, Murph, you're just a conspiracy guy. You're always looking for, okay. I know better than to just ignore out of hand, reject out of hand anything sneaky that Bud Selig will do. Now, consider the facts. Had MLB called Jim Hendry at noon yesterday and said it's down from 2 games to 1, well, yesterday would have been the day, and they gave him the rest anyway, and he'd be playing today. Instead, can you rule this out? You can be a skeptic. You can be a cynic. You can be a conspiracy theorist. I don't care. Can you rule this out? That MLB sat around and said, you know what, here's what we're going to do to stick it to Bradley. We're going to wait all week last week. We're going to wait as long as we have to till they give Bradley the day off. Then you know what we're going to do? We're going to call Jim Hendry about the 5th inning and say, hey, we're lowering it from 2 games to 1, because if they had called Hendry before the game, you know what? Yesterday would have been it. So, in effect, tell me if I'm right or wrong, it was still a 2-game suspension because they called yesterday in the 3rd inning. That's what you got from your commissioner. And you have an umpire who said it was intentional contact. And I'll lay one more on you. Jerry Manuel, last week with the Mets, last week, Jerry Manuel made cap-to-cap contact himself, arguing with an umpire, and he was given a 1-game suspension, not 2. I'll give you another one. In the Sox last game on Wednesday, Jermaine Dye called out on strikes, walking away from the plate, fired his helmet down to the earth behind him in the direction of the umpire, bounced up and hit the umpire. Hit the umpire with a thrown helmet. How many games does that warrant? 644-6767. You know, you always got to have a backup plan. That's why Vuk is on your side. It's Jeff Vukovich. You know, Murph's Nationwide Insurance Agent of the Year. Vuk for all your insurance needs. Vuk in Park Ridge, solid guy, family guy, 30 years. Jeff Vukovich. Let's go to the phone lines. 644-6767. 312 remains our area code. Let's go. I'm going to need Blackhawks predictions in a few minutes. Blackhawks fans, I'll need your Swami Murph. I predict Blackhawks only in a few minutes. Tiny Burger from Park Ridge. Hello, Burger.
Hey, Murph, how are you? Great show as always.
Hey, thank you. Funny you should call from Park Ridge right after Vuk from Park Ridge is on your side. All right, Tiny, I'm all over the map here, but I have Perry Mason music in the background. What do you have for me?
Well, I think if everybody rewatched the tape and everything, Milton Bradley had the verticality, as I brought up when that first happened.
The verticality, that means what, he's taller?
No, he had the space already taken up, and when Vanover turned...
Like an NBA referee.
Yes, Bill Vanover's cap caused the contact. Right. It wasn't Bradley making the movement, it was Vanover turning into him.
Tiny, I'll agree with you, but whether that's true or not, and that's a good observation on your part, but put that to the side. How about the report that we now learn from the papers today that was filed to the league office that the umpires said it was intentional contact? How can he say that?
I don't know. Maybe it was the umpire, because I think that's the position in football that calls intentional grounding, Murph. Oh!
I love it. Tiny, thank you, buddy.
All right, Murph.
See you later. 644-6767. So what does Jermaine Dye deserve for throwing equipment and hitting the umpire with the helmet? If contact with the umpire is 2 games for Bradley, but yet 1 game for Jerry Manuel, what do you get? What should Jermaine Dye get? He's been a pretty good, solid citizen. Hasn't had a whole lot of problems, right? Maybe he doesn't get anything. You throw something, hit the ump. Is that not automatically at least 1 game? And was not Milton Bradley suspended for 2 games? I don't care how you cut it. They phoned the Cubs in the 3rd inning of a game that Bradley wasn't in. And you cannot assure me that that was not pre-orchestrated by our guy, Buddy Selig, right? Huh, Bud?
Bud Selig declined to talk to us.
We'll get to the phones right after we return. 644-6767. Hey, this hour of the score brought to you by Heart Scan of Chicago. Visit heartscanofchicago.com or give them a phone call, 312-587-1111. Do it today. We'll have Blackhawks predictions. We'll get to the phones on Milton Bradley. We got Joe Cowley checking in for Sox fans in the 1 o'clock hour. Tool of the week at 1, Murphapalooza. We're busy today. Driven to you by ChevyDriveChicago.com. Hey, that new Cubs pitcher looked pretty good. That's Canio, huh? Hey, how about this? Ryan Theriot using Milton Bradley's bat, huh? Welcome back. It's Murph. Joe Cowley in about an hour talking White Sox. We'll go to the Wrigley Field press box in a few minutes with our guy David Schuster. I'll need Blackhawks fans in a few minutes for I Predict Blackhawks exclusive with Swami Murph. But let's get back to the phones. We find out in the paper today that the umpire, Larry Vanover, submitted his report that Milton Bradley intentionally made contact with him. That is a lie, in my opinion. That is no doubt about it why Milton Bradley wanted to appeal this. And now, everyone who was saying, oh, you know what, he should have just taken it like a man, taken it when he was hurt. You know what? If the umpire makes up a story that says you intentionally made contact with him, when I'm pretty sure we would all agree it wasn't, then you know what? He did the right thing by having this appeal. And was it really reduced from 2 games to 1 game? No way. Oh, by the way, Zambrano has been asked by doctors, according to the Sun-Times, to not run full out for the first 30 days he's back. He's starting a week from tonight in San Diego on the road. And Zambrano, listen to this. He says, I apologize to Cub fans that I won't be able to run 100% full out and be basically a complete player. How about that? The guy's apologizing to the fans because the doctors told him to go, less than 100%. Amazing in this day and age that someone would actually apologize to the fans. Tattoo is his name. From Des Plaines. I get it. Hi, Tattoo.
Hey, Murph, how you doing?
Good. I'm not that quick on the uptake, but I got Tattoo from Des Plaines.
You got it.
Tattoo, what do you have for me?
Well, just about this thing with the timing of the phone call, the third inning, fifth inning, whatever.
Yeah.
Technically, even though I agree with you on conspiracy theory, technically he's available as a pinch hitter or a late inning replacement in the game if they really needed him. And if it went extra innings and they ran out of pitchers, we'd have gotten home field for the World Series.
Well, I mean, of course he was eligible and alive on the 25-man card. I'm not disputing that. But Tattoo, had indeed, what if the phone call came in at 11 in the morning or noon? Then they would have just, had the day served yesterday. It's just interesting and odd timing to me that they would call in the third inning of a game he's not in. Starting.
Well, I agree. I agree with you, and the fact, but it seems to me still that the fact is it's about 50% conspiracy because they had him for 50% of the game.
But he did not start the game.
Understood, but he could have played
I
the
know
last
that.
5 innings.
And they could have called at 11 in the morning or noon or 1 o'clock. I'm just saying I don't rule out anything with a guy like Bud Selig. I'm probably wrong. It's just something that I'm theorizing. But I don't rule anything out up there at the commissioner's office, Tattoo. That's just me.
And there are fewer car dealerships up there to ratify your statement.
Oh, Tattoo, thank you very much. Let's go next to Ken from Lake Villa. Hey, Ken.
Hey, guys. I was mentioning, what about the umpire that the other day apologized to the league or to the player for actually nudging him or pushing him a little out of the batter's box?
Oh, that was Paul Schreiber, umpire. You're exactly right. It was on all the video last night in case people didn't see it. I know you saw it, Ken. What happened was he got in a little bit of a brouhaha with Magli Ordonez on a called third strike, and Mags was, just sort of talking to him, and the umpire basically, you tell the rest of the story, put his hand on Maglio and, pushed him away, get back to the dugout, young man, right?
Just kind of pushed him away, hey, just go to the dugout and let leave this alone.
Now, what do you do? What do you do if you're the commissioner with that?
Right. So either Bradley gets to apologize, like the umpire did.
Right.
Or you got to give him a day or two suspension.
Yes.
For doing it.
You cannot lay what if Bradley put his arm around Liar Vanover and, say, umpire, I know that you're trying hard, but you know what? He'd have been suspended for more than 1 or 2 games if he upstaged, if that's the right word, the umpire.
True, very true.
I like your angle. In fact, I like it so much.
Congratulations. You've just been named the Browns Chicken Caller of the Show.
Hey, Ken, nicely done. Hang on. I'm going to send you to visit my friends at Browns. All right, buddy?
Thank you very much, Murph.
You got it. Hang on. Hook up Ken in Lakeville. He'll probably head over to Browns for lunchtime Sunday. Get an Italian beef and Italian sausage. He'll put them together. Call it a combo. Everyone on hold. That's Frank Portillo's favorite, president of Browns. Everyone on hold, I'll get right to you. But let's open up a few of our phone lines now. Jay Zawoski, my Blackhawks expert in-house here. We've got Swami Murph in a few more minutes, and I want Blackhawk fans. I know you're out there. I want your predictions. It's going to be Hawks in 4. Who's going to be the MVP? What's going to happen in the Hawks-Red Wings series? Your Blackhawk predictions, a little more Milton Bradley. Tool of the week at 1 o'clock from Ronald Max. And don't forget, David Schuster in the press box at Wrigley Field is going to phone in on the hotline. And Joe Colley talking White Sox from Toronto. Whew. Lineups are in. You're too quick for me today, Joe. Welcome back. Murph with you. And we'll get right back to the final couple. Fans want to talk Milton Bradley. Then, Blackhawks fans, I want your predictions, good or bad, positive or negative, for the Red Wings Blackhawks Western Conference Finals. Oh, man, this is going to be fun. But first,
Attention.
lineups are in.
Attention, please. Have your
pencil, and scorecards ready.
All ready.
And I'll give you the correct lineup for today's ball game.
Let's see what Lou has jumbled together. I understand there's still people upset again that he didn't have the regular lineup in there yesterday. Soriano in left, Terrio at short, Fukudome in center. 4-5-6. Derek Lee, maybe he'll hit the ball squared up this time. Derek Lee clean up at first. Hoffpower, back-to-back lefties. He's in right field today for the one-game suspension of Milton Bradley in the 5-hole. Soto starting to drive that ball with more authority in the 6-hole. Fontenot at third. The red-hot kid, he's 31. Bobby Scales at second base. And the substitute teacher, that would be Randy Wells pitching today for Zambrano. Soriano, Terrio, Fukudome, Lee, Hoffpower, Soto, Fontenot, Scales, and Wells. And let's go to Emmanuel on the south side of Chicago. Hello, Emmanuel.
How you doing, Murph?
Fine. Bring it on. What you got?
There are some guys that, umpires just pick on, because I watched that play about 100 times in sports, and he didn't make any contact with the referee, with the umpire at all.
Well, the bill of his helmet, the 100 times I saw it, just touched infinitesimally, just touched Liar Van over the bill of his cap. But if you even make that little incidental kiss, you did make contact with the umpire. I agree that they made contact, in my opinion, though, the way I saw it, Emmanuel.
Well, the thing I'm saying is that, everywhere Milton Bradley has gone,
yes.
Texas, wherever he's been at, there's always been a problem with the umpire.
Well, let me ask you this, Emmanuel. We know that. Let's push the ball forward, you and me. I like your angle. But let me ask you this. Do you believe it was intentional? Because that's what the umpire, Liar Vanover, submitted to the league, that it was intentional by Bradley.
No. I'm a White Sox fan, and even as a White Sox fan, to me, it was not intentional. He was arguing his point. He didn't intentionally try to, make contact with a referee.
But if you do touch, but you will agree, Emmanuel, if you even make the slightest brushing of an umpire, just barely, you got to have rules, and there is a one-game suspension. I agree with that. Do you?
Oh, yes, I agree with the suspension, but it wasn't intentional at all.
Now, let me ask you this. Emmanuel. Jermaine Dye. And I don't know why it's important to be a Cub fan or a Sox fan in this. I was a little surprised you mentioned that, but I know you're objective, and we're not talking Cubs Sox. We're talking umpires and players. When Jermaine Dye fired the helmet down behind him and it bounced up and hit the umpire the other day, do you feel that the league will have to enforce at least a one-game suspension on Jermaine Dye? He threw equipment and hit the ump.
Well, if they do, they have to be consistent.
Yes.
And, so if they suspend him, they're going to have to suspend Jermaine Dye. They got to be consistent.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate, but a one-game suspension, I think, would be sufficient.
Right. You can't let one guy throw something, another guy not, because then, you're in that gray area. So you agree probably one game for Jermaine Dye, but because by rule, he hit the umpire with thrown equipment, whether intentional or not.
Yeah,
okay.
But I do agree with you. I don't think Milton Bradley intentionally tried to whatsoever.
No, the umpire made that up, and that's why. Now we just found that out today for the first time in the paper, Emmanuel. Now we know why Milton Bradley appealed it. Hey, Swami Murph's coming in. I got to run, Emmanuel.
All right. Thank you very much. Great show.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. By the way, hang on, Swami Murph, hang on. By the way, a pair of Sox tickets between now and 2 o'clock when you hear Hawkaroo. First caller to our contest line.
Join us now as Swami Murph looks into the future. It's time for
I Predict
on WSCR, The Score. You know the number, 312-644-6767.
You already knew it. I would like to make this. Hello, I'm Swami Murph. Thank you, Mike Murphy. Murph, let me in here for a few minutes. All right, Blackhawks fans, I want to hear your Blackhawks predictions for the Red Wings series, and I want to hear, anything from how many games. Will Detroit suck, or won't Detroit suck? Who will be the Blackhawks player of the series? What's going to happen? I need your Swami. Hey, Swami J. Zawoski. Swami J. Zawoski have a few minutes off there? I see.
Yeah, he needs it.
I knew that. I'm a Swami. Swamis know the phone number, so I don't have to say 644-6767. What's that, Swami J? You want to get us rolling?
Yes, Murph.
You gotta,
I predict.
No, Swami Murph.
Swami Murph.
It's not as easy as it sounds, is it?
Since we're both Swamis, we're on a first name basis. You understand?
All right, we're familiar.
Yes.
Okay. You got to say it like you mean it.
I predict
All right.
that Adam Burrish
Oh, yeah.
will flick the first octopus thrown onto the ice into the Detroit stands at the Joe Louis Arena, just like in this commercial.
I love it. The damn octopus. I'm afraid to say the plural of octopus. Let's go to Swami Carl, I believe from Highland, Indiana, right?
Swami Murph.
Oh, Swami Carl, give me a Blackhawk prediction.
I predict.
No, say it like you mean it. I predict.
Yes. 7-game Blackhawk winner and Martin Havlat, your MVP.
Oh, I love Marty Havlat. Thank you very much.
Detroit sucks!
Right.
Detroit sucks!
Let's go next to Swami Sean on the score. Hello, Swami Sean.
Hello, Swami Murph.
I believe you're, southern, you're coming in from about around Carbondale.
Oh yeah.
Woo, doggies. All right, Swami Sean, give me your Blackhawk prediction good and loud.
My prediction.
I predict.
7 games.
Oh, you got to start with hold on, you got to start with I predict.
I predict, Swami Murph.
Yes.
Hawks win 7 games. Adam Burrish will click.
Thank you very. I'll tell you what. That's what happens when you spend too much time in Carbondale. All right. Make room. Make room. Step aside, everybody. I predict the Ice Girls will scoop up 2 dead octopuses. And the Ice Girls also in Game 3 will scoop up 700 caps from the ice for Patrick Kane's Game 3 hat trick Friday night at the United Center. Yes. Octopuses. Let's go to Swami Tyler on this card. Swami!
Hey, Swami Murph.
Hey, Swami Tyler, give me a Blackhawk prediction.
I predict Hawks win 7 with Brian Campbell as MVP.
Oh, Brian Campbell is MVP, finally earning the dough, right?
Yep.
I love it, Swami Tyler. Thank you, buddy. Let's go to Swami, I believe it's Bob from Frankfurt, right?
Swami Murph.
Swami Bob, lay it on me.
I predict.
Yes.
Hawks win in 6.
Oh.
The Boulin Wall is your MVP.
Boulin Wall earns the dough as he's finally leaving town. Hey, do you have a Swami prediction on Hobby Boulin staying with the Blackhawks next year? Maybe they can trade Huey, huh? What do you have on that one?
I would definitely make that move. Definitely keep Hobby Boulin.
No. Swami Bob, what do you see?
Oh, wait. Let me look at the crystal ball.
I'll get some Windex and polish those balls up for you.
I predict Hobby Boulin stays. Huey goes.
Yo, I love it. Thank you very much. Hawks win!
Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks!
Let's go to Swami Robert, I believe. South Side, right, Swami?
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm hot today. I'm on fire. Swami Robert, give me a Hawks prediction.
Prediction, Hawks in 7, Patrick Kane, MVP.
Oh, and the Ice Girls are going to be scooping up those baseball caps, right?
You're lying. And Detroit sucks.
Detroit sucks. Thank you. Could be scooping up those octopuses. I'm afraid to say the plural. Hey, Swami J.
Yes, Swami Murph.
I know you're also not only a Swami, but a hockey historian, correct?
Correct. Well,
what's the deal with, do they bring the octopuses on the road, the crazy Red Wing fans?
Yes, they do.
Now, it's a lot easier, I imagine, in the winter where they can put them underneath a jacket.
Right.
Should we be frisking at the door, right? I could see Jay Blanc and Johnny McDonough right there right there at gate 1, right there at gate 2, patting down everybody. Hey, get those octopuses out of here.
I think you'll be able to smell them. I don't even know if
The
you need
fan?
to
You mean the
them.
Detroit fans?
Well, yes. Yes. The octopi make them smell better sometimes.
Oh, that's not funny.
Probably. You're getting way too politically correct. You're getting like Jay Zawoski there, Swami Jay. You're too politically correct today. Let's go to, I believe it's Swami Nancy. Hello, Swami.
Hello, Swami Murphy.
Hang on, you are North Aurora, I believe.
Yes, I am.
Oh, man, I'm on a roll. All right, give me a Blackhawk prediction, Swami Nance.
Wings and
No,
four.
hold on. You got to say I predict first.
I predict.
All right, saying it like you mean it.
Wings and 4. Zetterberg, your MVP.
Oh!
That's no good.
I can smell her coming. Swami Nancy said wings and 4. Don't like that. Hey, Jeremy Piven. He was Swami Jeremy Piven, I believe, one time.
I used to come to Blackhawk games with my father.
Uh-huh.
I loved it.
Right.
I loved the camaraderie, the electricity of a big night in the city.
Who sucks?
In a way, everything I know about life, I learned from my father watching the Blackhawks.
Who sucks?
It can all be summed up in 2 words, 2 simple words that ring over and over in my memory.
Yeah.
Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks!
Good times.
Let's go to Swami Gene and Cicero. Hello, Swami Gene. There we go. Hey, Swami, how are you, buddy? I know you're doing fine, right?
Very good, except for my White Sox. But besides that,
yes,
the Blackhawks.
I predict first.
I predict the Blackhawks in 6 with Javi Bullen as a most valuable player.
Oh, man, I love it. Thank you very much. What's that, Swami J? You got another Hawks prediction? I want to hear that. Let's go to McHenry. I believe it's McHenry. Swami Matt.
Hey, Swami Matt.
Hey, Swami Matt, I know you're doing fine. Give me your prediction.
I predict.
Yes.
Blackhawks in 5.
Oh, hey, do you predict that Detroit will suck?
I do predict Detroit will suck. We're going to have another hat trick by Mr. Patrick Kane.
Yes!
And no Nancy.
Hey, Nancy from Swami Nancy from North Aurora. I'll tell you what, she's been smoking her tea leaves. Thank you very much, Swami Matt. All right, Swami J. Is this, give me like you're a hockey guy. Give me like an X's and O's, something there we can chew on here.
I predict.
Say it like you mean it.
For the second series in a row,
yes,
Pavel Datsyuk will be held to under 3 points.
Under 3, nicely done.
Because of the Boland and Paulson lines.
Hey, how about this one, Swami J? I predict the Canadian national anthem, "Oh Canada," will not be sung again at the United Center this season, right?
That's right. Or in any building the rest of the season.
Unless they sing it in Pittsburgh. Who knows? That is like a foreign country. Penguins. Let's go to Swami Paul, I believe, long distance from Albany, New York. Right, Paul?
That's right, Swam. And I see the Hawks in 5, Jonathan Tay's MVP, and I also see Nancy from North Aurora getting flogged by octopi.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes.
Good, because I was afraid the way I was going to say it. Swami
Let's go Hawks.
Let's go.
Hawks.
Hey, will Detroit suck? Yes, Swami Paul, will Detroit suck?
I see Osgood decapitated by so many slap shots from the blue line.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And who doesn't want to see the Ice Girls with their, they got those big, those Ice Girls got those big shovels. And who doesn't want to see them scooping up the dead octopuses?
Detroit sucks! Detroit sucks!
Well done, fellow Swamis. Well done. Join Swami Murph next time for another edition of
I Predict
on WSCR, The Score.
Thank you, Swami. Oh, that was nice of Swami Murph to come on in and help out a little bit. Let's go, Hawks. Detroit sucks. Oh, I can't wait. Games 3 and 4 here at the United Center. Back in a flash, I'll go out to Wrigley Field next with David Schuster, Tool of the Week from Rental Max at 1. And we've got our guy talking a little White Sox baseball, Joe Cowley, in the next hour also. It's the score hot phone ringing. Let's go on out to Wrigley Field. I guess it's wet and rainy Wrigley Field. David Schuster.
Hello, Murph. I know we're tight for time, so I'm going to play Swami David real quick here and predict there will not be baseball here today. I'm pretty sure of that.
Wow. Now, do you have a very cool score poncho on right now to stay dry?
No, I must have missed that one in the promotion.
Oh, yeah, me too, thank goodness. Hey, fans, it's David Schuster. So you're hearing, and we've heard nothing but this storm coming through, so it's very possible this, as they say, could get banged today,
yeah,
right?
I'd go further and say likely because it's raining right now.
Yeah.
Not hard, but, as they say in Caddyshack, the heavy stuff is still to come.
I got you.
And it looks like it's raining from here to Omaha, Nebraska, so I don't think they're going to get this game in.
Nebraska, the home of Tom Ricketts, the next Cubs owner, and Jim Hendry over there at Creighton University. All right, real quick then, David Schuster, I'm sure it's not official, but what are the open windows? Where could they reschedule it, double it up tomorrow, next time in for what? What do you think?
It's real simple, Murph. If you take a look at the schedule, the next time that the Astros are here is July, the end of July, on a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then they have an open day on Thursday for both teams, and they would easily slide the game in.
And now that means that Randy Wells, scheduled to pitch today, they have the option of giving everybody that extra day, going with Randy Wells Saturday, Marshall, and then that would be an extra couple days for Harden. Right. Or they could flat out skip Randy Wells and have extra bullpen for Astros Saturday, Sunday, and extra bullpen for St. Louis. What do you think?
Well, it can go either way. They always want to rest Harden, but I like your second scenario just as much, Murph. So it'll be a decision that Rothschild, and I'm sure they've already talked about it, and if this game is banged, as you say, we'll find out shortly.
I'd like to have Randy Wells, that extra right-hander, in the bullpen for those games in St. Louis. Hey, stay dry. I'll get you a score poncho as soon as I find one for myself.
Thanks, Murph.
Thanks, David Schuster. All right, quick break and open up the phone lines right now for Tool of the Week. I need your Tool nomination. Sports Radio 670, The Score, 644-6767.